Okay. We're listening to you.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity, Dr. Daniel. And so I'm going to be very brief on what we have done at the Multilingual Africa Foundation. So the foundation is called Multilingual Africa Foundation, and we have Multilingual Africa Project. And so, but then what led us to start all of this? We realized that Africa is the most multilingual continent in the world with over 2,000 languages spoken. And according to Ethnologue, in its 25th edition, that is the 2022 booklet that they launched, records are that there are 7,151 living languages globally. However, in Africa, we have 2,158 living languages, which has detailed categorization into institutional, which we have 195, and developing, which are 581, vigorous, which are 859, and languages that are in trouble in Africa are 396, and then the dying languages are 127. Okay, so this makes multilingualism a complex reality in Africa with mainly challenges and opportunities. And so looking at this, what are some of the challenges? We realize that one, we have the language diversity because of the numerous languages that we have in Africa, and most especially the fact that these languages are mostly not standardized. It becomes a problem for the institutions in Africa to work with. Secondly, the lack of resources, which is the African countries do not have the means or are not willing to encourage multilingualism themselves, such as funding for translation and interpretation services and bilingual education programs in their mother tongue or in African languages. Another challenge.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
The language discrimination.
Okay.
And
can
some
I?
African languages.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay, Sylvain, the connection is very poor and we can't interpret from it. Could I suggest that you turn off your camera? Turn off your camera, and then the sound will improve. It's actually, it's not. Okay. So can you try again?
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now without the camera. Perfect. So we can understand you. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry to the interpreter too. Yeah. And so these are some of the challenges that we actually look at. But how what about the opportunities? We realize that the opportunities, if we take multilingualism in Africa very serious. One is the economic development, which can be aided by multilingualism by providing information and markets in multiple languages. The second in the preservation and promotion of cultural diversity. Is the sound okay, please?
It's okay. Carry on. It's okay. We are managing. We're grasping. Okay. You know, we're getting bits and pieces.
Okay. And the last thing when it comes to the opportunity is the employment that multilingualism offers, which might give especially language professionals a lot of avenues. And so this is where it comes in. And so each year we organize the Multilingualism Week Conference. And we started in 2017. This year we had the same conference and we ended on the 30th of September 2023, which is the past Saturday. And we had amazing time because we were able to address multilingualism. And we invited a lot of language industry players like the Secretary General for UNESCO in Ghana, the Ghana Association of Translators and Interpreters, and language professionals in Ghana to celebrate the international translation. The importance of multilingualism in Ghana and how to promote and preserve Ghanaian languages. And one thing we looked at is the preservation and also language policies in Ghana to aid with multilingualism in Ghana. Another project that, another focus area that we have is the developing and distribution of educational resources in African languages, also supporting the creation of African language media and multilingualism, and also promoting multilingualism nationally and globally. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sylvain. I'm so sorry that you're struggling, with the connection at the moment. So we could grasp some of the information, but not all of it. So okay. I was wondering if you could put in the chat, perhaps, do you have a web link that would give us information about this wonderful event that you have just run on Multilingual Week, and also I know that you've given me before, a link to your project about promoting resources in African languages as well in schools, which I think is quite incredible as well. So perhaps that would really give us a good understanding of what you do, as the sound was not always very good.
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much about that. Oops, sorry.